than you. Yeah. How much do you weigh?
How much do you weigh?
183.
I weigh 159.
Okay, I'm 24 pounds heavier than you.
Maybe we should get Weight Watchers to sponsor us.
Yeah, I'm sure Oprah would be in on that.
She does own Weight Watchers. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're talking about Dieselgate CPO cars.
You want to define Dieselgate for people?
So this was, as I'm sure you're familiar with, but maybe you're not. But I imagine if you're watching this video, you probably are.
Why?
Because you probably Google searched Dieselgate.
Okay.
CPO cars. So it was a couple years ago, I guess like 3 years ago now?
3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago that VW, it was reported and became very
Confirmed.
public. Yeah, became very public very quickly that they were cheating on emissions tests for their diesel engines.
You're kidding.
For across the whole entire VW platform. So Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche. Yeah, I think those are the primary 3.
Yes.
And so what's happened since then is VW had how big of a settlement? Tens of billions of dollars?
10, 11, 12 billion dollars, something like that.
They had this huge settlement. This was global. And essentially we're in a position now where a lot of those old Dieselgate cars are now back on the market as CPO'd cars.
Yes.
Specifically, like Dieselgate CPO cars. And we've had some people reach out to us and say, hey, should I think about buying these? And so we did our research. We read up on the different warranties that are available. And the short answer is...
Absolutely. Go get one if you can find one. If you don't mind a diesel, get one.
What the heck was that? What was that?
What do you mean?
Absolutely. I mean, that was kind of painful for me to watch.
Because it was going to come out as absolutely goddamn
No.
And then I thought to myself, well, I can't say goddamn it. I'll piss people off.
You're funny, man.
Yeah, so...
Damn.
I couldn't say abso-fucking-lutely.
No, stop. All right. So yes, the short answer is yes, and we'll walk you through what is involved in the CPO. And essentially, what ended up happening was every single vehicle that was returned, it was like a recall on all these Dieselgate vehicles. They had to modify the engine because they initially had modified the engine so that it would pass these emissions tests.
Yes, it would spit out fake numbers. Yes,
numbers that look good, obviously.
Oh, real good.
So these affect all the TDI versions of the Volkswagen products and a few of the Audi products as well. Like I know the Q7.
Oh, and
any of the diesel.
Yeah, any of the diesels and the Porsches. I mean, they had Porsches on our Porsche lot that they weren't allowed to sell for over a year until the fix came in.
Yep.
So
let's talk about, I guess, what's included in the CPO program for these Dieselgate cars.
Well, on the Volkswagen side, and let's just talk on the Volkswagen side, because let's face it, there were a lot more Volkswagen TDIs than there were Porsche or Audi. Yeah. On the Volkswagen side, if you were to find a certified pre-owned TDI 2016 or earlier, you get a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty added to the factory warranty. So the factory warranty was, I think, probably 3 years, 36,000 miles. If that had already ended by the time you bought this as a CPO car, from the day you bought that car, you would have a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty, and I believe it was an 11-year, 160,000 mile emissions warranty on that car.
Yep.
So that's a lot stronger than it is on any of the other Volkswagens, because a typical Volkswagen CPO is 2 years and 24,000 miles. So people,
and then some of them are only, like some of the newer ones are only 1 year, 12,000
miles. And think about it. I mean, most people that own diesels bought them because they drive them a lot because they get great gas mileage. So if you happen to own a CPO VW TDI, and your time limit for months is going to run out, drive the piss out of that car. Get as many miles on it as you possibly can to make something break that can still be taken care of under warranty during the CPO time frame.
Yeah, because I mean, if you review a lot of different CPO programs, they're all pretty limited in scope. I mean, they're nice in the sense that they provide a lot of, they make you feel more confident. Like I've got something, and for the most part, it'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
But having 2 years and unlimited mileage is really pretty. Yeah, it's unmatched in the industry, and it's unprecedented. Obviously, what they had done to need to rectify the situation by offering it.
Well, yes, I mean, it's not good to lie, cheat, and steal to get higher numbers for fuel economy. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, 4 executives from the Audi division of Volkswagen were indicted in Munich in conjunction with the TDI scandal.
Yeah.
So these people are looking at prison time for having lied and falsified information. So it's not going away, even though they'd like it to, especially these executives. But yeah, it's still ongoing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I guess the only other question I have, Dad, is in your career, was there ever anything like this type of scandal that you saw, and how manufacturers, kind of like came to try and reconcile with what they had done? Like, was this truly unprecedented, or had you seen something similar in the past?
Well, maybe because I'm old and I can't remember yesterday anymore. I can't think of anything that rivaled this in the way of one of the largest, if not the largest manufacturer of
VW is the largest
in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely falsifying information to make their fuel economy standards look better than they were. I never recall anything like that. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't put it past most large corporations to try stuff, because it's kind of like playing football. When you get a penalty, as somebody once said, well, if you're not getting penalized, you're not really trying. So, and I think the same holds true for large corporations. They try and push the limits as much as they can until they get caught, and then they become very contrite and remorseful. And we have no idea how that happened. But these 4 guys that work below me, their asses are gone. So,
yeah, gotcha. Yeah. All right, so there you go. If you're thinking about buying one of these Dieselgate cars, don't be intimidated by them. I mean, from a technical standpoint, they're fine. Now.
You're going to get them cheap.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, they did modify aspects of the engine, obviously, to make them compliant now.
Yeah.
And so there are some things that are going to be different, but they're primarily around, like, it's going to accelerate smoother, if anything like that. Yeah. So there's nothing to be too terribly worried about. It's like any used car. Get a pre-purchase inspection and recognize that you're probably going to get a good deal, because...
You're going to get a great deal, because the dealers, when they sold the last ones as new, Volkswagen paid the dealers so much money to lower the prices of those vehicles to get rid of them. They sold cheap as new cars at the end, and they're still selling cheap today as pre-owned cars. So they're probably one of the best pre-owned CPO values you can find out there. And if you don't mind a diesel, it's the way to go. That's my take on Volkswagen diesels. Forget time.